This isn't just the stay-at-home economy. I got a new name for it. It's called the Etsy economy. Last night, Etsy reported, while the headline numbers were only so-so, the guidance for next quarter is downright incredible. Remember, Etsy's a huge online marketplace for handcrafted goods, and lately their site has become the single best place to find cloth face masks, which the CDC started recommending last month, given the shortage of medical-grade personnel protective equipment. How big is this business? Last month alone, $133 million worth of masks were sold on Etsy's platform, including the one that my executive producer, Regina Gilligan, is wearing at this very moment. Quite stylish. While the first quarter results were somewhat mixed, a small revenue beat coupled with modest earnings miss, the forecast for the second quarter was stunning. Etsy's guiding for 70 to 90% revenue growth. Yes, I'm going to repeat that. 70 to 90% revenue growth as they're getting a boost from the pandemic. No wonder the stock's up more than 150% from its March lows. It got dinged a bit today, but only because it had run so much. And, of course, it did hit its all-time high near the opening. Oh, and they just got a very public shout-out from Drew Barrymore.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Etsy and say that they are doing so many things right in this time.
I mean, unbelievable. Hey, so we've been behind this forever, but can it keep going? Can it keep roaring? Let's check in with Josh Silverman. He's the president and CEO of Etsy to learn more about the quarter and the outlook where his company's headed. Mr. Silverman, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, Jim. How are you? It's great to see you.
Josh, I got to tell you, sometimes when you're down, you'll go and you'll read a transcript of a conference call, and you'll think, you know what? Not only is America a great place, but we have unbelievable companies. I just want you to tell people why a Drew Barrymore would be so in awe of what you're doing.
Well, first, we're really grateful to Drew for that, but mostly it's about supporting our sellers. So at a time when the economy has been so hard hit, we're really proud that we can give people an opportunity to go earn income for their families. And for buyers where they have a lot of needs right now, and there are a lot of places that aren't able to serve their needs, Etsy is very much open for business and shipping. And when you buy from Etsy, you're supporting your neighbor.
Now, I know you want that we have to go well beyond mass, but I do have to give you a chance just to talk about the number that you sold, the millions of dollars, and what it's meant.
Yeah, we sold $133 million of face masks in the month of April. That's about 12 million masks. And just to paint a picture, when the CDC changed its guidelines at the beginning of April to say that they recommended fabric face masks, we all of a sudden saw overwhelming amounts of demand come onto our site. It's as though we woke up and it was suddenly Cyber Monday, but everyone in the world wanted only one product, and it was a product that basically didn't exist 2 weeks before. And through marshaling the power of the Etsy community, within days we had thousands of sellers making masks, and our sellers were making hundreds of thousands of masks per day within a week or two of the CDC's changing its guidance.
That's just incredible. Do you know that when I saw that you were on, I thought that the story would be how great Mother's Day was, because that's usually the time when I always go to. But I mean, it's almost an afterthought. But I bet your Mother's Day was fabulous as usual.
Yeah, non-mask sales on Etsy were up 79% year over year in the month of April. And look, there are still some sellers in some categories that are getting really hard hit. So weddings would normally be a huge category for us in the month of April. And for our sellers in the month of April, weddings is down more than 50% year over year. But many other categories are doing absolutely fantastic. Things like home furnishings to make your home more cozy. Things like toys and games with the kids, craft supplies, gardening activities, gifting for friends. All of these categories are just doing fantastic. There are so many great things to buy across so many categories on Etsy. And our sellers are so good at inventing products that are really relevant for the moment and then being ready to ship those.
Okay, well, there must also be, because you talked about at home, this is an economy where people have tremendous resilience. If they're not able to be at their job, they have a level of creativity that they probably wanted to express all their lives. Are you seeing people who are suddenly craftspeople who basically always had these talents, but now that they're out of work, are able to express them in a way that may be more satisfying. They may never go back to regular work.
It's entirely possible. You know, the number of new shops opening on Etsy doubled in the month of April. And what I think is important is that I think that there are long-term trends that are happening here that have been pulled forward by years. There's still a lot of consumers out there that only really shop offline, that haven't really tried shopping online. And now they're trying shopping online and they're liking it. And so I think we might see a change that is a big change that lasts.
Well, you used a great term. You're calling it a meaningful and lasting inflection point.
Yeah, we hope so. You know, Etsy does so many things for so many people, but most people think of us just for the product they've bought. So if you bought on Mother's Day at Etsy, you think of Etsy only for Mother's Day, and someone else thinks of us only for home furnishings, and someone else thinks of us only for gardening supplies. And what's great in this moment is that people are thinking about Etsy for so many other things, and the Etsy sellers are really rising to the challenge. They're doing a fantastic job of shipping on time and delighting customers in this moment. And so we hope we've had the chance to prove to people that you can come to Etsy for everyday things, and we can inject joy into the everyday, and then they'll keep coming back over time. And, you know, we'll have to see how that plays out. This is a really unusual moment, but we're certainly working hard to make sure that we earn these people's loyalty.
Well, you talk about keep commerce human. I think that at a time when people feel very frustrated and very alone, Etsy does feel like a community, and it's also a community that is got dynamism. And I feel like that you have done something that was so great through artificial intelligence. You've enabled someone to say mask, and it doesn't send you just to Halloween.
Yeah, that was a big task for our team, actually, because, you know, when we went to bed on March 31st, if you were searching for a mask, you were looking for a Halloween mask, or you were looking for face cream to make your skin look younger. And on April 1st and 2nd, all of a sudden, the definition of masks changed. And our search engine team needed to change our search algorithms within hours so that when you searched for masks, you saw masks. Because they were able to change our search algorithms so quickly, we ended up being one of the top couple of search results on Google in natural search. And that has had huge lasting benefits. So the team has really worked hard and with incredible urgency to respond to the moment. And I think that's what I find so exciting, is that the Etsy seller base is so dynamic and the Etsy team is so dynamic that we feel like, come what may, our marketplace is prepared to respond to the changing consumer needs.
Now, also, I know that we should always just say you did this with people, your own team, spread all over the place. I think that's important because we've been to your Brooklyn headquarters. It's hard for me to imagine that all the people from Etsy aren't there every day, but they're not right now.
They're not. They're all working from home. And I mean, to tell another story, you know, we decided in late March to push back our TV spend because March was a really hard month and sales were way down. Sales were negative 20% in the month of March. And they were positive 79%, putting aside masks. Without masks, they were up 79% in April. And so we told our marketing team, we need to get on TV now to tell our story. This is our moment. And so within 2 weeks, they came up with a whole new brand strategy. They created new television ads in 2 weeks without getting to hire any actors or bring them in a studio. They had to take existing footage, cut it, turn it into a TV commercial, negotiate ad buys, and be on TV. And by mid-April, we were on TV with television commercials that I think are beautiful and emotional and tell our story really well.
Well, look, I got to salute you. I mean, it's so... Yeah, look, I'm partial to you anyway because you're down the block from me, for heaven's sake. But wow, you totally delivered. And the mask, it makes us... We needed one good feel-good story, and you delivered it. Josh Silverman from Etsy delivered it. Thank you so much, Josh. Great to see you. That's Josh Silverman, Etsy CEO. Yes, I still love the stock. How can you not? Mad Money's back after the break.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.